Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is my complete PHP playlist where you will find all PHP related videos. So if you haven't saved this playlist till now, then you can bookmark this playlist for your future reference. You will find all PHP related content, and later we will upload some advanced topics as well. So if you want to enhance your PHP skill, then you can save this playlist for your future reference. So in the last video, we learned about the types juggling in PHP, and in this video we will learn about important math functions in PHP. Like during development, a lot of time we have to perform many calculations and some basic operations. So to perform these operations, there are some functions already defined in PHP. So we will see some important function in this video. So let us start. Let me create a new file. I am inside learn PHP folder, which I am using throughout the series. This folder is inside htdocs of XAMPP, so that I can run the PHP script using XAMPP. So let me create a new file. So this is our 20th lecture, so I will name it as L-20, and then we are learning math functions. So math.php. Let me start a PHP script here. It is less than symbol, question mark, PHP, and let us end the script as well, question mark, greater than symbol. So now let us start with the function one by one. So first function is like, for example, we have an integer value or 12.63, and we want to round this value. Then we can use round function. Let me show it. Like if I print echo round and dollar value, let me print some message as well. So what this function will do is it will convert this floating value to the nearest integer. Like 12.63 will be converted to 12 after rounding. So if we want to remove the digits after the decimal, then we can use the round function. Let us check the output by running the file. Our file name is L20 math.php. So you can see that round basically convert it to the nearest integer. So means 12.63, the nearest integer is 13, not 12, like, so that's why it has converted it into the 13. Now if the value is for example, let me take some other value, 12.43. now the nearest integer is 12, so it should be rounded to 12 now. Yes, you can see that when taking 12.43, the nearest one is 12, so it is giving 12. When 12.63, then the nearest one is 13, so it is giving 13. So in this way round function works. It picks the nearest value. Now suppose you always want the nearest integer which is greater than the given number. For example, let me uh, for example, for 12.43 also you want the nearest integer which is greater, you want 13 as a result. Then there is a function in the PHP which gives the nearest integer which is greater than the given number always, which is called Ceil function. Let us check the output of the Ceil. Let me copy this line and paste it. Ceil value, if we check the Ceil value, and instead of round we will use Ceil function, so it will give the nearest integer which is greater than the given number. Let us check the output of Ceil as well. Let me give an br tag so that it gets printed in the next line, otherwise it is will be difficult to check the output. So you can see that Ceil value of 12.43 is 13, so it will always give the nearest integer which is greater than the given number, so you can use Ceil value. Now there are the some scenarios when you want like integer which is less than the given number. So in that case, if we want to find out the nearest integer which is less than the given number, then we can use floor function. Let me show it. So floor value floor is used to find the nearest integer which is less than the given number, and Ceil is used to find the nearest integer which is greater than the given number, and round will basically filter it to the nearest integer whether it is less than or greater than, it depends on the value. So let us check the output of floor as well. So you can see that floor value will give 12 or 12.43. Even if I change the value to 12.663, then floor will still give 12 because it will give the nearest integer which is less than the given number. So this is how floor works. Now another function is, suppose you want to convert a negative value into a positive one. So for that there is a function called absolute, abs. Let me show it. Let me take a negative integer $v1, and that is -5, and let me print it absolute value dollar absolute $v1. So there is a function called abs. We will pass $v1 here, and let us check the output of the abs. Let me give a br tag before this so that it gets printed in the next line. You can see that absolute value of -5 is 5. So in this way you can convert the negative values into the positive one using absolute function. So another important function is like sometimes we need pi for some mathematical calculation. Then in PHP there is a function called pi which will give us the value of pi. Let me show it. Echo. Let me copy this line and paste it. We will give pi value. So there is a function pi. We don't have to pass anything. Just write pi, and it will give us the value of pi. So you can see that. So pi function is used to get the value of pi in PHP. Now if we want to calculate the power of some number, then in PHP there is a function called POW, which it is used to calculate the power of number. Let me show it. For example, you can consider like you want to calculate 16 raised to power 3. Then like 16 raised to power 3. So you can use POW function. You have to pass the value, means base value whose power you want to find. Then after that you have to pass the power. So it will give the 16 raised to power 3. Let us check the output. So you can see that 16 raised to power 3 will be 4096. So in this way you can calculate the power of a number in PHP. And another important function is to find the square root of a number. To find the square root of number, there is a function Sqrt in PHP which gives the square root of the number. Let me show it. Like I will give square root of 16, let's say. Then you can use Sqrt. So you can see that square root of 16 is 4, which is right. So in this way you can find the square root of number in PHP. So this is also an important function. The next function is like suppose you want to convert a decimal number into binary number, like from one base to another base. Then there is a function in PHP in which you can convert a number from one base to another base, from decimal to hexadecimal, or from decimal to like binary conversion. I will show it with the example. There is a function called base convert. Let me take a decimal value like dollar $var1 is equal to 10, and I want to convert it into binary or hexadecimal, you can say anything. Let me use the base convert function or echo. We are converting decimal to binary. We are converting 10. So what we will do is we will use base convert function of PHP. Like we will first of all we have to pass the number which we want to convert. Like we will convert var1 and var1. After that, from base, like from which base you want to convert. So it is a decimal number, base is 10, and we want to convert to binary, which is 2. So let us check the output. So you can see that decimal number 10 is converted into let me give some space, like it is not, let me give equal to. So you can see that 10 equal to 1010 in binary. So in this way you can convert any number from one base to the other in PHP. So now suppose you want to find the remainder when dividing a number by another number. Then for that there is a function fmod in PHP. Let me show it like fmod when 11 is divided by 4, let's say 11 and 4 will be, we will using fmod. Eleven and 4. So like when you divide 11 by 4, so remainder will be basically 3, so it should return 3. Let us check the output. So you can see that fmod of 11 and 4 is 3. So in this way you can find the remainder. This is also an important function in PHP. Now some other functions are like random function. Suppose you want to generate a random number, then you can use rand function of PHP to generate any random number, and you can pass the minimum and maximum in which range you want to find the number. Let me show it with example. Like so this is a random number example, so I will say random number, and I want random number, so I will use a rand function. And what we have to do is we have to pass the starting, like minimum value. What should be the minimum value? For example, I want to find a number between 10 and 99. Then it will give a random number between the specified interval. So you can say that it is giving 40. Again, if I refresh, it is giving 91. So it can generate the random number. So these type of function, like there is some other function as well, empty rand, and these type of function are used for OTP verifications. So another important function is, suppose you want to find the minimum value from the list of values or from an array, then you can use function minimum. Like let me change it, minimum, and what we will do is we will give minimum. You can pass comma separated value in the minimum as well, or you can pass array as well. It will work both ways. Like let me pass some comma separated 45 67 1 99 2. Similarly, there is a function to find the maximum as well, or let me show both together. Maximum, so you can see that minimum here is 1 and maximum is 101. So let us check the output of both these functions. So you can see that it is giving minimum 1 and maximum from the list. So in this way you can find the minimum and the maximum from a list in the PHP, and you can also pass array instead of passing value one by one to the minimum and maximum functions. So these are the some important commonly used function in PHP, and hope you have the clear understanding. There are lots of other function as well, like if you want to find the log, then there is function log 10 which will convert the value to the log 10. There is a function for trigonometric function like sine, cos as well. So depending upon our requirement, we can use a lot of math functions in PHP, but the functions that I have showed in these videos are most commonly used, and hopefully you got the idea of all these functions. So thank you for watching the video, and if you find the video useful, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe the channel.